Go ahead. I don't want to come out of it. Is it lagging now? No, I don't hear it. So is it lagging? It's behind us.
Why is it lagging?
I have no idea. This
Yeah,
is not in real time.
guys, you might have to close out
Okay, so this. Trying to get out of this to stop the lagging. It's hard to talk with lagging. Okay, is that better?
I think so.
Okay, good. Put the chat up. Never miss a comment. Click on chat. Gossip, yes. All day gossip. Yeah, you tune into the right channel. Yeah, we whoop it.
That's not me.
That's me.
Yeah,
I own up the gossip,
I
but
don't gossip.
what I want to say is that I am an avid. This is called Speak the Truth, and normally we talk about politics, but I love college football. Travis Hunter is my all-time favorite college football player. If you don't know about him, he's a generational talent. He's a two-way star. He plays offense and defense. He starts on both sides. He doesn't miss a snap. I think he averaged.
He's not all that good.
Yes, he is. My son be jealous. He's like he's so jealous.
He's not that
He,
good.
he does at least 120 snaps per game. He never really comes off the field. I mean, he's a 4.0 student at Colorado College. His coach is Deion Sanders. They have different NFL coaches that are there. Sap is there and different people. Wait, so can we join and talk with you guys? You know what? We might try to bring you on. Like we're just trying to restream, and I haven't tried this, but I know that we can bring people on with this software. So just give us a minute. We're going to try to bring you on, okay, Rayshawn, so that we can, have a conversation. I think what we do is supposed to send them an email or something, a link, and then they'll be able to come on. Like right here, it's like plus.
Yeah.
You can invite. Let's see. And how do we send the link to him? Okay. So we have a link that we can send. So copy the link. Okay, we copied it. And
We need to private message people.
oh yeah, private message him the link. Okay. All right. Okay, so we'll try to do that. We want to get started with this because I have to figure that out, but we copy the link, but we want to get started with this and we'll try to bring you on when we can. Okay, Rachel, just hang in there. Okay, so anyway, what I was saying about Travis Hunter, I love the football team. They had a lot of people. They even had Kamani McLean. He's back at Florida. They thought he was going to be like Travis Hunter. He turned out not knowing how to get with the culture. He came out of school being a superstar, and then he didn't know how to adjust to college life, and he didn't know he had to re-earn that superstar position.
He didn't know he actually had competition in college.
Yeah, college, yeah, competition. You lose everything once you go to college. But getting back to Travis Hunter, I know they got this big, like in Times Square, they got Travis Hunter up there because this Friday, December the 13th, is for the Heisman. So he's going for the Heisman.
Friday the 13th?
Yeah, Friday the 13th.
That's not good.
No, God, I hope he gets it. But him and Genty right now, he's from Boise College, and he's trying to break Barry Sanders' record. But he's not going to be able to break his record because Barry Sanders, he did it in season. And right now, I believe that Genty went into the playoff season. So he's not going to initially break his record. But that's Travis' competition, it looks like, for the Heisman right now. But anyway, getting back to Travis, what happened was he's been dating this young lady. Her name is Leanna. He was in high school. She was in her second year of college. So she was dating a teenager. And what happened was that she's online saying that she wasn't even, more than likely, she wasn't attracted to Travis. She said, in other words, he wasn't her type. But once that people believe that she found out that he was the number one football player in the country, because at the time, Travis came out of high school, the number one player in the country, and that's when he had offers to go anywhere he wanted to. And this is the first time the number one pick went to a HBCU, which happened to be Jackson State, which happened to be with Deion Sanders, who played the same position that Travis was aspiring to play. So he wanted to play for a coach that actually played the position that he wanted to get a gold jacket in. And so Travis turned down all the schools and surprised everyone, and he went to Jackson State College. What happened was that Travis, Leanna, things are coming out about her, a lot more stuff. People saying that she was a stripper. I don't know how true anything is, but the more you want to be seen, the more people dig into your personal business. So I think that's what's going on now. But Leanna didn't even want to talk to Travis. She friend zoned him, but it was her brother that answered his DM to her, and the brother was the one, I guess, that told her who Travis was. And once she found out who Travis was, that's when she had interest. She didn't want to be bothered with him. She said that he wasn't her type. But 2 months later, supposedly, she said she wanted to go to a party, and then Travis could take her. But mind you, Travis was living at home. Travis was a teenager. So Travis wound up moving in with Leanna. This is what they said while he was in high school. His last year of high school, I think a month or two before he graduated, he moved in with Leanna. When he decided to go to Jackson State, Leanna went with him. Leanna became interested, it appears, in Travis once she realized that he was a star. Initially, she wasn't attracted to him, didn't want anything to do with him. But people are concerned now because that at Travis' last college football game at Folsom Field in Colorado, when Travis went to kiss Leanna, now he's on national TV. He is a superstar. Everyone has eyes on Travis. She didn't want to kiss him. And she didn't want to kiss him. It appears that people are saying because when he caught a pass or whatever, he ran into the cheerleaders right up to them. And there wasn't any conversation. But anyway, she didn't like the fact, I guess he even looked at the cheerleaders. So anyway, that ensued this big fight, and people were upset because it was one of his best. It was his best game. He had 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and he had 2 something else he did. I forget what it was.
This video will get into their roles about you can't talk to the opposite gender.
You need to put a hat on.
Sorry
about that. Look at your hair. Well, anyway. Sorry, you guys. But anyway, I absolutely think Travis is a remarkable young man. He's kind, he's goofy, he doesn't go out, he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke. He's from Florida, and I think then his mother moved him from Florida to Georgia. And so he's not into drugs and all that, whereas his girlfriend, now fiance, she's into all of it. She's into the drinking and everything else.
Tattoo, big tattoo.
Yeah, the tattoo. She got like Cardi B tattoos, down thighs, arms, and all that. So she's about that lifestyle. But Travis is a good kid, is what he's always been.
It's a simp.
He's goofy, but he's young. I believe this young lady is like probably his first girlfriend, and he believes that she's beautiful. She's a pretty girl, but he doesn't understand that he's the prize. See, when Travis first started dating her, he looked at this beautiful young lady that was older than him, second year in college. He's in high school, and she wanted to talk about she loved him now. And once she found out who he was, I love you. I love you too, because I know you're a millionaire. So anyway, so Travis, he loves this girl, but he loves her, it appears, more than she loves him. So his biggest moment in college football, his last game at Folsom Field, when everybody wanted to talk to him, ask him about, his game and about the Heisman, it was overshadowed by his girlfriend. Her jealousy stole the spotlight and had taken it off of him, whereas that was his last game. So you have people right now trying to decide who's going to be the Heisman winner. Instead of all eyes on Travis, this is what we're talking about. All eyes has been now on their relationship. This young lady, he got engaged. Travis just turned, he's only 21. Now he bought her this engagement ring. She planned the wedding. They're not from Tennessee. I don't know the laws in Tennessee, but Travis needs to find out what are the laws of in Tennessee as far as married couple or even getting a prenup. And I don't even know if that's something that he's trying to do to get a prenup. So oh, excuse me, you guys. I got my laptop about to go dead. We're always so prepared. We can count on us for
Yeah, but Travis needs to. I don't know where his dad's at because he needs to.
He has a father, and Dion is trying to tell him from his experience.
What experience?
What he went through with his two wives, with Bucky's mother, and with what's her name, Pilar. So
Dion isn't a masculine man.
Well, anyway.
This is why everyone here watch this YouTuber named. He knows everything about girls.
Oh.
He's only 5'3", but you guys should watch him.
So anyway, what are you doing?
What?
Okay, don't.
I didn't tell him.
Well, anyway, as I was saying, Travis is a young man and he's nice, he's kind, but my concern is that, you know, people who are older, more experienced, and have life experience can see all the red flags that, you know, when you're young and you're in love, you don't see. She wants him to follow rules that is impossible for a 21-year-old that's famous, that he is a brand. So he's going to be in the company of other women and other people. But she has all now, instead of coming on, my concern is that instead of her coming on after all the talk that was going on in regards to her behavior and how people perceived her and the way that it appears that a lot more is coming out about her. And she's like coming on with these rules about what he's allowed to do, what he's not allowed to do, and all these other kind of, you know, rules that she says is theirs, but you could tell that she's in control. She's controlling. She's in the control of the relationship, and he's just doing everything she tells him to do.
And now she's even threatening YouTubers to court for making videos talking about this.
Well, anyway, he's gonna, if she's behaving the way she is now, if he makes it to a Super Bowl or whatever he does in the NFL, she's gonna be right there. And I'm just hoping that she's not gonna be one of these people that are going to try to have controversy or, you know, stuff about relationships overshadowing all his accomplishments.
Anyway,
and right now, that's what it appears that's going on. Like, she wants to get married right before his NFL draft in April. She wants to get married in Tennessee. Like I said, Travis needs to find out what the laws are, and he does need a prenup. And what he really needs to do is wait, because she's not ready and he's not ready. They're not ready. And he's a brand, and he doesn't need, and it's coming to find out that she's always yelling at him, always fussing at him. I thought that she was his piece, you know, and it's coming out that he's working really hard, but it's like he's working really hard. She's keeping up all his money and all his assets, and that's the worst thing you could do as a young person or any person. You need to, whatever kind of business or whatever you in, you need to do your own banking. You need to keep up with your own finances. You don't need to depend totally, completely on an accountant or banker or anyone. You need to know what's going on and what's happening with your money. And he's comfortable right now letting her handle everything, but he needs to be paying attention, because right now her brother's even living with him now. Not his brother, not his family, her brother. He has moved into the household. So he's not even in his household with just him and her. And they're looking at Travis, whether he realizes it or not, her family, and he should take care of his mom and his family, but they're looking at him as a cash cow right now. He's doing all the work. He's doing all the hard work. He's a fine young man, but I would hate to see him get his heart broken. And people are telling him that he needs to be careful, because there's so many red flags at this point. And my opinion is that Travis needs to do his homework. If she loves him, she should be able to wait and push this wedding back after his draft, because, you know, she's not going anywhere if she loves him. He's not going to take a loss in the wedding. No one is saying not to marry her, but at 21 years old, and what's coming out in regards to her and her behavior is that he needs to wait. Her ring finger is a money sign.
Me personally, I think it would be a good thing if he gets his heart broken. Because some people just have to learn the hard way. Because no one telling him anything is going to get him to change his mind or think differently.
Yeah, he's not going to listen.
Especially when you're in love. Like,
Yeah, he can be in love with a prenup because if she just loves him for him, then there should be no problem with a prenup. He can be in love, but
exactly what he said. Life experience is the best. Nothing, nobody can tell that man exactly. He just
yeah,
has to
it's
experience
true
it.
that no matter what everyone says to him, because he has Deion Sanders told him when he was in Jackson State, he had books. He said, "This is gonna be, I'm gonna do your prenup," and he had books stacked this high. He was telling Trump, "I'm gonna do your prenup," because everybody's in love when they first get married, and then life happens, then things happen in a relationship, and with her behavior, the way that she treated him at Folsom Field, that's a sign to what's to come, that he needs to understand that this is going to be repeat behavior. And instead of her coming to me, like we're going to show you the video of just her reaction after all this bad press, after everything everybody has been saying. My viewpoint is instead of her coming on just saying, like, I really want to apologize to Travis because he didn't deserve this. I should have, just wait until we got home, and then I could have checked him. Or then I could have said, well, I didn't like because you smiled at the girls, or whatever the case may have been. But she did it on national TV. And instead of putting a video on or coming back, say, fans, it's not like this. I really love this man. And, what I want is what he wants. I want Travis to be successful. I want Travis to have the best life. I want to be a good representation of my man. Because when people look at me, I'm a reflection of him or what I'm supposed to be. Because he has good character. He's kind. He's goofy. He's funny. He's a homebody. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. And he works really hard. And I should have, given
He's
him.
a Christian.
And he's a Christian man. But instead, she came on talking about her rules that he's not even allowed to be in the same room with someone of the opposite sex. He's not allowed to talk to a waitress if it's a female, if they don't speak to her first. It's like all these crazy rules that a young man at 21, how is he going to follow that for the rest of his life? And Travis doesn't understand. People are not against her. They're against what she represents because she's young and she knows that this man is wealthy, this man is rich, and now she wasn't attracted to him when she didn't know who he was, and that says a lot. So what are you attracted to? Are you attracted to Travis, like if he had nothing, or are you just a Travis, what he can do for your family? Because every game I don't see his mother, I don't see his father, I don't see his family. It looked like her mother there, all her family is always at the games. It's like her family is looking that they're going to prosper off of Travis Hunter. And Travis Hunter needs to keep up with his finances. Don't leave your finances for someone else to handle your finances. He has so much money and so many deals coming in. He doesn't need her getting in the way when he has a deal and it's a female and that's a person that's the sponsor. She can't, he's a brand. And she needs to trust that he cares and loves her. But right now, she has totally control over this relationship. And Travis doesn't understand. It started out to him, she was the prize. She's a beautiful girl. But now Travis is the prize. He's the prize.
That's not
Travis,
good.
you are the prize. You need to know you're the prize and you deserve to be respected. You just deserve to have a woman that's supportive, not somebody yelling, fussing, pushing up on you. And, you need to have people that want the best for you, that's bringing peace into your life, not getting upset because you're in the game. You're in the game. And she got upset. Your best game ever at Folsom Field. And she got upset because you ran into the cheerleaders. And we have seen you just make your smile at the crowd and stuff. You could have been looking at them, but as far as she was concerned, she saw these cheerleaders that you don't even be thinking about, and that this has blown up all over the internet.
But then why don't you?
I'm trying to show you.
Why don't you
Talk louder.
why don't you do that in private?
That's
Like,
what he's in private.
why you have to call him out and embarrass him in front of everyone and show that there's drama in your relationship?
And then but the thing about it, she could have cleaned it up. She didn't even. She got back on now doing a video, putting on her makeup and still controlling him what to say and what to do. This is how it is, and she's still trying to control him. But the same way she's trying to control him, she's going to lose him. And that's why I said right now, I know that Coach Prime has been in his ear. Everybody's talking to him, but at the end of the day, he's probably going to learn the hard way. He should take the skirt too and put his pants back on. Yeah, he needs to man up. If you're going to be the head of that household and you want to be the man, then you're supposed to lead the family. A man is supposed to lead the family. You're not supposed to be following her, taking orders from her, allowing her to control. Is she yapping at you and coming for you after you done played 120 snaps in a game? Nobody else in history has ever played like Travis. They're going to have people one day chasing Travis Hunter's records like they're chasing Barry Sanders' records. It's going to be Travis Hunter. That's how phenomenal this young man is. He's a beast. There's nobody's ever played like Travis Hunter. But to have this person in his life, I thought that she was a positive, but now it's coming out that she is really giving him a lot of stress. She's like on top of him while, she's enjoying the lifestyle that he's providing. But he needs it. You're going to be the man, Travis. You got to say, look, I know you want to get married right before I signed the dotted line in NFL. All this stuff is strategically planned out by her. Right before he signed for the NFL. That's a red flag, Travis. There's no reason for that. You're 21 years old. You haven't even met half the women in your life that's going to come into your future. Not saying to leave her. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that you need to back that wedding up. You need to find out about Tennessee law. Y'all not from Tennessee. None of y'all live in Tennessee. Why she want to get married in Tennessee? Look at the prenup laws. Look at the marriage laws. The marriage law might be that she only got to be married to you for a certain amount of years and she get half of everything you've ever owned. So you need to really be invested in finding out what's going on. You need to be invested on keeping track of your money. Don't leave your money up to her. Not saying she's doing it, but people in families, it's been mothers and fathers of stars that have taken their children's money and they have pocketed their money. They have put some of their money away. They have hidden money. So you need to keep track of your money. You don't need to keep working and working and you don't know how your money is being spent. So don't leave that for her because some of her intentions don't seem honorable. She's like, know that you're young, you're 21, she's older. And when women are older, we're more mature. We're more mature than guys are. So you need to keep up with what's going on in your life. But this is some of the video that she had. Let's see. I want to do more like this.
Again, he's annoying. Get unfriendly with us while we tell you the rules we have in our relationship.
I've been on deodorant. First, you gotta smell good.
Oh,
Rule number one: smell good.
no, baby. The real rules. Since y'all think we fucking beef at a fucking game.
Look at this.
Baby, you go. Rule number one.
Rule number one:
What's the rules we have in a relationship?
Rule number one: always talk in private if we have a problem with something.
Yeah.
The rule number one: always talk in private.
That's my only rule.
You're not
That's
agreeing
not.
with that.
That's not your only rule. I'm taking off my makeup. No, that's not our only rule. Second rule is we don't hug people of the opposite gender.
And we don't greet people with the opposite gender.
No,
Like,
it's
if
not that.
If it's like a say for instance, it's a waiter that's a female, Liana talks to her. But if it's a dude, if it's a male that's a waiter,
He talks to him. That is true.
Yeah.
But it's
If you're listening to that, it's just like, what guy Like he's 21 years old, and the rule is that if it's a female, oh, she has to talk to the female. If it's a guy, he talks to the guy. You know that no man came up. She came up with all this, but he can talk to her as long as the girl address her first. I mean, he's 21. She's like 23. There's no way that this is going to be a lifestyle for the rest of their life. And you can't chain someone up like this. You can't. This controlling is on another level. And like he said, that we should talk in private. But see, all of this has been no apology to him at all. No, like, I should have handled this better. That would have been the right thing to do. I should have waited, like he said, talk in private, because he has all cameras on him at all times. He's a star, and he's going to grow. When he get into the NFL, he's going to be even a bigger star than what he is
It's
now.
only if like they're rude.
Yeah.
It's not like so like if a woman were to come up to Travis and only speak to Travis and ignore me, then it's like
Yeah,
disrespectful. Yeah. If they come and they speak to him first and then they speak to me, like it's fine. But like we don't play that. Okay, I'm only talking to him. I'm not talking to her. Vice versa. Oh, he's only talking to me. He's not talking to him. That's a rule in our relationship. You can go next, baby.
Okay.
No, that was yours or mine.
That was yours. Rule number 3: no B word.
Well, don't call each other out our name. Period.
Yeah.
We don't call each other out of our name.
It's a rule, though.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
My turn. The third, and are you third or fourth?
We going first.
The fourth rule is we don't be alone with nobody of the opposite gender. Like I learned this from my pastor a long time ago. My pastor was married, and he always said, even if he had like a girl, stop making that face.
Okay.
If he like would have a female in the church or didn't like, or anything like needed a prayer or something, he'd pray with the door.
Oh, okay.
He'd pray with the door open, or like he doesn't subject himself to being alone with a female. So we don't subject ourselves to being alone with anybody of the opposite sex. So that's a rule. He doesn't be alone with any female in any room unless like the door's open or something. And I vice versa. I don't subject myself to being alone with a male. Your turn.
You have to understand the rooms that Travis is going to be in are not the same rooms that she's going to be in. Travis is going to be in rooms with millionaires, different brands, different people that he's promoting all sorts of brands right now. So she's not going to be in the rooms that he's in. She's talking about like just walk in a restaurant somewhere talking to people, but he's a brand, and maybe she's not understanding that a lot of that control is going to have to cease, because you're going to have to allow him to be himself, and he's a product, he's a brand. It's not going to work. You can't do that to a 21-year-old.
Rule number 5. I have another rule, I forgot.
You want me to stop it? Go. Rule number 5.
Rule number 5?
I don't think we're on 5. I think we're on like 3 or 4.
No, rule number 5. Rule number 5, I must have a plate of food ready for me every time I come home from practice.
That's not a rule.
Yes, it is. It is a rule. It is a rule. I must have brunch ready, and
I cook for him every
dinner.
day. So my lunch break, I cook for him. So when he comes home from practice, he has food ready on the table. That's not a rule though.
That's a rule.
Because when I'm sick, I don't do that.
Girl, when have you ever not cooked when you was sick?
That's going to
Yeah,
stop once
My
you
turn.
get married, Travis. She's not going to do this stuff. This is all
Okay,
being
my
done
next rule,
to get you down that
We
aisle.
have each other's passwords to everything. We don't
You
like
want- you
hide.
want-
Even if we don't like get on it, we know each other's passwords. Like to literally everything.
I don't know every password. I do forget.
You're lying. You have it in your phone.
How do you forget, bro?
You forget it, but you have it, and vice versa.
He
I
said he
have his
doesn't have
passwords
her
and everything. Even if I
password.
don't get on them, I have it.
He doesn't have the password,
Yeah, we got Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah, that's true.
but she has all his.
I watch YouTube.
Just
24
delete
hours.
out.
But you have it. I have your passwords and you have mine.
Yeah, I know. Rule number 6 or 7. Rule number 7.
Baby, do your skincare.
We do. Rule number 7. What was I about to say? What you forget? Oh, we always discuss.
You're about to lie.
No, I'm not gonna lie. We always discuss. I don't want to say business. We always discuss business with each other alone. First,
Before we make decisions.
Before we make decisions, yeah. We
Yes.
always discuss like everything
His
before we make a
decisions.
decision.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like
Before he does anything,
you
he
can't.
discuss everything
You
with
gotta
her.
discuss
He
with
has to
her
approve it
first.
Yeah, we do. We always
with his
See
money.
Stop. We always discuss everything together.
Clock dead T.
It's not just business,
Clocky.
it's everything. We don't
Oh my bad.
we don't make any decisions by ourselves.
Yeah.
Because they're a partnership.
Partnership tight.
Another rule is if we watch a show together, we can't watch it by ourselves.
Oh yeah. That's actually the rule.
If we start a show, we are not allowed to watch it by ourselves. The show we're watching currently is Cross on Amazon Prime. The best show
I've been trying
ever.
to watch the show. She don't never watch the show, bro. I'm trying to move on. She be tweaking.
I've been out of town.
I don't care. You better pick that phone up and.
If we watch shows
Sit at
together, if we watch shows together, we are not allowed to watch it by ourselves. We watch it together. That is rule number, whatever we're on. I don't even know. I don't think we're
And
in
another
count.
rule is.
Your turn?
Yeah. And another rule is we always, like at least once or twice a week, probably 3 times a week, we spend a whole day with each other.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, that's 4 times a week. That's 4 times a
That's
month.
not 4 times a
No,
week.
4 times a month.
You're lying.
4 times a month.
Oh, like once a week.
Yeah, like once a week,
Oh.
actually.
Yeah. We spend an entire day together.
We
That
spend an
is.
entire day together.
We don't do
No
anything.
phone, just chilling on the couch, going out, like stores and stuff like that.
But that's because our life is busy.
Yeah.
He works, I work, and then we don't spend, we spend time together every single day, but
Like, just no phone or nothing.
there's one day a week that we spend
And we
just
go
with each
to
other.
brunch every week.
We go to brunch. Especially recently, we've been trying restaurants. We've been taking y'all suggestions.
I ain't gonna lie, I ain't going to the restaurant tomorrow. We got, like,
No, me
2
neither,
days.
because I'm tired.
I'm tired for tomorrow.
Today's been a long day.
I'm tired for tomorrow.
Y'all are fine seeing my nighttime skin
Y'all
routine.
might stand lunch. I'm like, ooh, that boy skin glowing.
Yeah, because he does skincare because of me. He never did skincare before me.
I need a haircut though.
Is it my turn, baby, for a rule?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Oh.
One rule we have
surprise,
is my
Travis.
friends are my friends, Travis friends are Travis friends.
And another room we have is.
It's my turn.
My bad. And another room.
Another rule is when
Controlling.
I'm talking, he doesn't talk.
And another room is you ain't gonna talk to me like that because I don't know who you talking to. So you better clock that.
Wait, no, my friends are my friends and Travis friends are his friends. We don't cross friends. The only friend we have in common is like Shamar.
That's my only friend.
I don't
I don't
get
have friends.
his friends are not my friends. When they be like sis, I'm like, I'm not your sis. Like we're not friends.
You wanna start the-
That's facts. I do no, that is facts.
What friend do I have to say that?
I don't know.
All right then.
You have a couple friends.
No, we don't.
Yes, you
I
do.
don't even have no friends.
You have a couple.
I ain't got no
friends.
friends. Yeah, I'm lonely.
All right, your turn for your last rule. We're on the last.
My
one.
rule is, for myself, every time her flowers die, I try to go get her new flowers.
Sometimes he fails at this rule.
Yep. Sometimes I do, because I'm human. But
You try though.
most times, I don't.
Sometimes, so there's some months that he does like flowers every week and they're good, and then there's like a month or two that he'll go without buying me flowers.
No, it's not. I do not. Never
You
go-
are lying.
No, shit, see?
You
Another
are
rule-
lying.
Another rule is we don't lie in our relationship. And
You are lying.
like, nigga, what? I'm not going too much.
You are so baby. There's like a month or two that you
Baby.
don't buy me flowers.
2 months.
Before my birthday, when was the last time you bought me flowers?
Last month.
You were shut
Baby,
the hell up.
why was your flowers half dead?
That was from Jim.
Wait.
He's the employee, by the way, not no random Jim.
No. You see, you talking about some Jim, it's really him.
No, it was Jim. Jim bought us both flowers.
Was was not Jim. It was him.
I need to brush my teeth. But this is the end of our Get Ready With Me. Yeah. And for all of y'all who've seen a video online, please don't believe what y'all see online because we are just fine. Right, baby?
They ain't not worrying about y'all being fine. They're worrying about Travis being fine.
Bye.
Not worried about this. Shouldn't be talking about this.
Baby.
I don't know. It's like, to me, that she should have came on here and she should have been, instead of making a relationship video for everyone to know their roles, she should have came on after the best game he ever had, his last college football game. Mind you, Travis is a junior. He's not even a senior. He's coming out in his junior year and he's going to be going into the NFL. This Friday, hopefully, Travis is going to win the biggest award in college football, which is the Heisman Trophy. They kind of cheated him out of the Thorpe Trophy, but Deion Sanders said that he's going to give him his because he deserves it. But he did win the Loft Award. I think that was yesterday. He won the Loft Football Award. So that was an amazing accomplishment. But she should have came on and apologized to Travis because that was a special moment. Everybody was so excited. When he had to go and do his interview, he wasn't even focused because when you're arguing or when your significant other is showing displeasure in you, it's going to affect you. And that's what happened to him. He couldn't even enjoy his moment because she intercepted his moment with her drama. And, it's going to be a lot more of this if it's not put in check now. But 21 years old, he really needs to wait. He really needs to take his time. He really marry the young lady. That's who you love. But you need to change that wedding date because y'all still need growing time. You still need more time to grow each of them individually. And Travis isn't ready. He's already a millionaire, and when he hits the NFL NIL deals, he's already a millionaire. But when he reaches the NFL, he's really going to be making money, and he's really going to have more national attention, more than he has now in college. But people know who he is, so he needs to take his time with this because that's going to be an adjustment from college to NFL. It's not going to be the same for him. He's going to have different challenges. He's not going to have Coach Prime. He's not going to have Shedeur Sanders there. His brothers he could talk to, Shiloh Sanders, the team. It's a whole different vibe in the NFL. Everybody is a millionaire. Everybody is doing well, and they got their men bodies, whereas Travis still has his, for lack of a better word, his young man's body. He's not manly built. He's more boyish still built right now, even though he has muscles, but he's on the slim side. And he's going to need the support from her. We know what the people want. What do Travis want? Oh, and I'm sure he has a mother. Yeah, Travis has a mother. Travis does want this young lady. If you're a 17-year-old, 18-year-old teenager, and you got a college girl, second year in college, and this is someone that you DM, but it was her brother that responded. She said that he wasn't her type when she first saw him or whatever, talked to him. But everybody can tell. She did her research. Her brother told her who he was, that he's number one player that was at that time in high school. Right before he graduated from high school, she had him move in with her. Oh, and she's beautiful. And who knows if he ever had another girlfriend, but he recently bought his mother a house. And I'm quite sure when you're young like that, no one can tell you anything. Was hurtful. If you know who Travis is, he is really a good kid. He's remarkable. He's a 4.0 student. He's the only two-way player in the history of college football or NFL, any kind of football, that has played as hard and the way that he has played. He's a difference maker on defense and offense. He's phenomenal. His energy is through the roof. So he's not just playing both sides, but he's impactful on both sides. And he does have family. He does have mother, but you don't hear them. At the games, they're not there. You don't see them there. You don't see when he got injured and he was in a hospital when his liver got lacerated when he first came last year, when he first came to Colorado. didn't see his mother and father there. He just saw the girlfriend there. They lived together. So, but he does need to have people that are guiding him, because he's not just any old body. He is right now, he's probably, his net worth probably $6, 7, 8, $9 million. So he's already in college, a millionaire, and he's saying he's not even handling his money. She is. That's a mistake. Any profession, I don't care if you work for the post office, wherever you work, whomever you work for, you need to be handling your money, investing your money, knowing where your money is going to. It's been like a week because, well, the Heisman is this week. And yes, people are still talking about it because people are concerned about him. You know, it's still making news. And people are not talking about it because of her. They're talking about it because of Travis Hunter. Because if you were that person, if you were someone on his level, then you will understand why people, you know, to see that type of reaction. I think it hurt people. People was like, wow, you know, but my view and my viewpoint, the reason why I'm talking about it, because I feel as though that she should have handled it a better way. Instead of, like, to me, you made it worse by coming on talking about your rules for him. You know, he can't be in a room with a girl. He can't talk to someone without you. He has had the door open. He, you know, instead of talking in private, that's the first rule. This should have all been in private, you know, and it brings other things to mind. Then he's saying she handles all the money. She does everything. He don't have to do anything. She's having a wedding in Tennessee. What the rules? What are the marriage rules in Tennessee? If he gets a prenup, which he really needs? You know, if she loves him, do a prenup, protect himself. You know, you don't want him to go in everything blindly. He needs to be keeping up with his assets. You know, no one doubts that he loves her, but how much does she loves him? That's the question. They're saying that she's fussing, she's yelling, she's, you know, I thought that she was more of his piece, but that's not what's coming out. Yeah, his parents do have young kids at home, and that's why he needs somebody. I know Coach Prime is mentoring him. Even when he went to Jackson State, he said, when Travis get married, I'm going to do his prenup. And he sat books this high saying, this is going to be your prenup. Because his experience and what happened to him in marriages, I'm quite sure that he's had a talk with him. And Travis does have a father and a mother. But I know it's hard because he's taking care of them too. He's already bought his mother a house. It's hard to be a parent, and your child is the one that's sort of providing for you. A lot of times, some of these parents pull back on parenting because the child is blessing them. You know, so people could see the red flags, and they could see that he needs to grow up a little bit more. He needs to grow up a little bit more. 21, he needs to grow up a little bit more. You know, he needs to grow up. She's controlling, and he needs to protect his assets. He needs to know where his money is going to. I would say that to anyone. You know, he needs that for people to look out for him, and people don't want him to be hurt. The whole thing, I think that people could see that, that people could see that he needs to wake up, that people don't want to see Travis hurt. We want the best for Travis. Travis made it about her. He's like, oh, she good. We're not as concerned. I'm not concerned about her. I'm concerned about that young man because he's been in a relationship as a teenager with someone that's older than him, that knows how to groom him and control him. And she said, I'm more like a mother figure. Like she's telling him what to do. And that's because he's young. And I know for a young teenage guy to get a girl like that, he probably has been excited and everything else, but he needs to understand that he is the prize. Travis is the prize. You know, she was surprised when he saw her, but he's the prize. He seemingly is a phenomenal young man, you know, and people want the best for him, you know. So my take on it is that it would have been more refreshing if she came on and said, you know, I love you. You know, I know that I intercepted your moment because it really became about me and my feelings instead about what you did. That was his best game. That was his last, supposed to be a memorable time college football game, and it was all about her. And then it didn't come back on then to come back on and do a video talk about rules, I don't think that helped their situation. That still kept people in the situation because now you did a video. Now you did a video. It's not like a girl like what? She's young. She's just young. She's just young. That's all. They need to grow. Both of them need to grow. There's no shade at her. There's no shade. She's a young girl, a young lady, but she's older and girls mature faster. He hasn't caught up to her level of maturity. You know, you can't lock a 21-year-old that's a phenomenal star, that's a national star, probably going to want to be in a worldwide star, and tell them they can't be in a room with one girl, that they can't talk to anybody else. You can't do that to a 21-year-old man. He's a brand. Travis got all kinds of sponsor deals. That's why every time you cut on, he got cellulas, he got this, he got that. He has all kinds of brands and deals that he's getting more and more every day, but he needs to keep up with his assets. And he still needs time to mature. You can't expect him to mature any faster than he already has. In 21, and she's going to marry you right before your NFL signing the contract, and then Tennessee, you know, you need to find out what are the rules there, because you're talking about this. His first contract is going to be what? Maybe like what, 30 million, 40 million? I mean, he needs to be on top of it. If I'm making my money, I know where I'm in finance. I know where my money is. No matter how much you love, things happen in relationships, and that's life. If anybody here ever been on a relationship, a lot of times you're not even with the same person you started out with. Relationships, things happen, feelings happen, things change, and you don't want things to happen. But and starting at 21, and they're still learning and growing. And if him playing, he's in the game playing football, and she got upset because he caught a ball and he's running into the cheerleaders and he stopped. He's just playing. If that did all of this, what's going to happen when he's in the NFL and he's trying to win the Super Bowl and it's all about her? Or she didn't like him talking to the interviewer too long. You can't have that going on. So that stuff needs to be put in check now, because he's going to have attention for the rest of his life, because he is breaking records. Even if he never did anything in the NFL, what he's done in college, people will talk about him as long as there's college football. He has set records that nobody else has ever done. So people are going to be chasing Travis Hunter records, two-way player, making a difference on both sides of the ball. Well, Prime been talking to him, and I know he likes Leanna too, and he's telling him, Coach Prime I'm quite sure he's in his ear. Shador was shocked that he planned the marriage, because Shador thought he's going to be in the wedding. He said, I'm going to be your best man. He like, oh, I did it. He said, where's it going to be? Shador asking him, why is it in Tennessee? Like, what's going on? And I know Shador loves Travis like a brother. Shallow loves Travis like a brother. They all love that young man. They love him. Bucky loves Travis. Coach Prime, Travis is more like Coach Prime than his sons are. They love him. I remember the time when Travis was crying. He cried on Deion's shoulder, saying, thank you for giving me this. This is the number one player in the country. He crying on, thank you for giving me this opportunity, Coach. I love you.
Then why won't they tell him he's being sent? Then they love him.
Yeah, and why can't my son, he's young, his age, he said, why can't they tell him he's being a simp? You know, this is how they talk. You tell them.
Friend is telling somebody when they're doing something.
Yeah,
wrong.
being a friend, you got to tell them.
You being honest with them.
Being honest with him. But it's hard to
ruin his life.
This conversation to help, because it's not to reach her or whatever. It's to reach him. To like, look, she loves you. She says, you say you love her. You say, you need what's going on. When people show you who they are, believe them. Y'all need time to grow. That means you need to back up that wedding date. Not saying you're not going to marry her, but at 21, y'all still need to learn each other, because having these rules, he's not going to be able to keep her rules. They're not going to be able to keep the rules, and then you don't want her getting upset. She's going to be vindictive. Well, you talk to that girl, and he's innocent because he's doing a brand, so she's going to get in the face of somebody else. You can't play those childish games in the level of his profession. He can't have all of that going on. And it seemed like it could get petty like that. So he needs to back it up. He needs to back that wedding date up right before you sign NFL so she could get half your earnings, whatever you make, and he probably scared to ask her to sign a prenup, but he should have her sign a prenup. If you only want me, then you sign a prenup, shouldn't be no problem. It shouldn't be a problem. But he's gonna want to take care of her family. That's who I see at his game, her family. Her brother's living with them now. The one that responded to Travis DM and let her know who Travis was. He living in the house now. Travis already taking care of him. So yeah, but you never know. God assigned different people to people. You never know if people say certain things, what actually reaches people. You never know what to reach a person. Sometimes people, like you could talk to your kids and they right in the same household, and you could tell them, look, I don't think you should do this, but what would happen? But then somebody else can actually say the same thing you said, and then they listen, they hear them. They didn't hear you, but you said the same exact thing. How many times have that happened to people that you said something, even to your kids, to a friend, family member? You said the same thing, but then somebody else says it, and then they receive it. Because everybody's not assigned to everyone. Sometimes someone can say that very thing that you make you think, and you hear them. It's about hearing them. Yeah, of course after the game, they said they supposed to be good. It wasn't about them being good. It was about the moment and her reaction. It wasn't Travis was good. She wasn't good because she got jealous and got into her feelings. All he was in the game playing football because he ran into the cheerleaders. That upset her. But what she should have did after the game, say, you know what, I'm just tripping, or it wasn't that deep. It wasn't that deep. I want to just apologize to my fiance. He didn't deserve that. This is a special moment. This was his best game, his last game at Folsom Field. That's how that should have been him. Not getting on, then later on, a week later, then you talk about your rules for him. These are our rules. You're still letting people inside that relationship when people want the best for Travis Hunter. We don't want to see Travis hurt. We don't want to see Travis used. We want them to have a great relationship, but they might just be too young at 21, and she has this date right before he signed an NFL deal. You can always back that date up. Get married, but back it up some, just be together some more, back it up some. But she did a TikTok saying in her own words that she suffers mentally and depressed and mad with him every day. I pray she gets help. I mean, she should have apologized, not sending, cease and desist letters to you. Cease and desist letters to YouTube. She should have, how much further it would have went if she came on and said, you know what, this was his best game. People, and I'm sorry that because I was into my feelings. That's just being real, being human. I was into my feelings. Yes, I got jealous. But you know what? I just want to apologize to him and to everyone else because he didn't deserve that. Because I want y'all to talk about his game. Because everybody stopped talking about the game he actually had. Nobody was talking about the game. We've all been talking about this. And you said, what? Sweet pea sounds like a cop-out to me. Oh, okay. But the sweet pea, I agree, she should have not sending cease and desist letter. Okay, so why they said... Okay, I pray she doesn't hurt him. Remind me of Steve McClare. Yeah, I don't want him to get hurt because he loves her. And sometimes they say it's not good for a man to love a woman more than they love you. And in this case, you got to look at a 17-year-old, 18-year-old high schooler dating a beautiful second-year college student. She had control from day one. And she said that he wasn't her type. She didn't, the way he probably looked, she wasn't attracted to him. He was a younger kid. She wasn't, but when she found out who he was what made her more interested in him. So it's like, and if she got mental, like she said she's suffering, but she did say on TikTok stating in her own words that she suffers mentally and depressed and mad with him every day. Okay, this guy is playing both sides of the ball. He has to condition his body. He has to be mentally prepared. He has people coming at him on other teams. He has new media broadcasters on on ESPN and everyone talking about him positively and negatively. He has other football players in the NFL talking about him positively and negatively. So he's dealing with a lot. And to have someone that should be his support, you got to have peace somewhere. He doesn't drink, he doesn't go out, he doesn't party, he doesn't do drugs. He's home. He's home. And to have someone that's fussing at you every day and complaining to you every day, that's not good. All of a sudden she got mental. That's not good for him. And he's 21 and he was talking about she good. He didn't say I'm good when he responded. His first tweet was I'm good. Oh no, she's good. She's good. And I'm like, we're not concerned about whether she's good. We're concerned about whether you're good. Because that took away his moment. Nobody talked about his moment, and he's going for the Heisman. Genty, he's competing with, he still was playing in the playoffs. People talking about him, but she stole. That's why I said she intercepted him. She intercepted his moment, and it's been about her. So what happens on the next level? On the next level, she's going to intercept other moments of his when she gets jealous. Well, you're going to pay him back, and then you're going to, oh, Travis' wife is in so and so face. And she, and all this kind of stuff. That's a month or two. It's back on.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys.
How do you know? Oh, it's live. Okay, so SN Services said she was attracted to those dollar signs. Many women have relationships with these athletes and don't even like them. She just want the bag. It's just a publicity stunt. Otherwise, better get a prenuptial or dump him. You mean dump her? He the one with the money, and he needs to prenup. She ain't gonna never dump him. He's a money bag. He's a money bag. Dump her. I mean, okay, we can hear you. Great. Yeah. So it's a real concern that she wasn't attracted to him. She said that he wasn't her type. What young man his age? He wasn't the best looking guy in high school. She didn't know who he was. She was like, she didn't even want to deal with him, talk with anything. But after she found out who he was, then, oh, I love you. And the way she talks to him, whatever mental she's going through, he doesn't need that because it's going to be even more difficult for him when he gets into the NFL. He's going to have more challenges. He's going to be competing with men. He doesn't even have the man body yet. And he's going to need someone. I'm an old lady and wouldn't be 21 and not be intimidated with a person that I live with. Well, he's intimidated. She's controlling him. She controls Travis. She calls his shot. You can see on her TikTok that she decided to do. She did this, not coming on saying, you know what, I should have treated you better or whatever, that it's all about her. And it really is. In her world, it's all about her. And she didn't offer any like
Yeah,
that I was wrong for treating you like that, especially in front of the world.
I'll tell you.
Go ahead, tell them. Talk for your point of view. You're
my
young.
point of view. Okay. Now back in the day in 2019,
Okay.
I talked to a girl who was older than me. This girl, I allowed her to be more, you could say, dominant over me, and to be more of the leader and the one in charge than me, the man, being a young man. Now, seeing kind of Travis, it's like, in a way, it's the same things happening to him where he's allowing her to be the dominant and the leader of the relationship, when that is never how it should be and not how it's supposed to be from God, how he made
God made man the head. Yeah. And if he's going to marry her, he needs to be the head. He needs to be calling the shots. He needs to be the leader, not her.
Yeah.
Not her. He can't be walking around trying to appease her and have this NFL career. He can't have these sponsors and he got to tell her she good because she's going through all this mental trauma. He wants her not only to take care of her, but her family. They are looking to be taken care of.
And I would give this girl so many passes. I didn't care what she did to me because I was so quote unquote in love with her. She would ignore me for like a month, and once she would come back, I would be so happy and joyful. This same kind of cycle is happening to Travis, where he's allowing her to do whatever she wants to him because he's in love with her.
And he looks at her as the prize and not realizing that the tables have changed and the script has flipped, that he's the prize. Travis is the prize, and he doesn't realize his worth. He doesn't understand who he is. And he deserves to be treated with respect. He doesn't deserve to be treated with someone yelling at him and disrespecting him and controlling him. And he couldn't play, to play that football game and 120 snaps on both sides of the ball, 3 touchdowns, an interception, all that work, and to come off the field and have somebody yelling at you and upset with you, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. And then after he left the game, he did a pop-up shop. He was out there, it looked like for 3 hours or longer, signing his jersey with lines going around the corner in Colorado. After the game, he's signing it. He's still trying to work. He's still working for the people. He's still making money, so. He can do better. You're right. Put your foot down, Travis. Travis got the pick of the litter, getting ready to get the Heisman first round draft pick. You can do better. And I think that he still looks at himself and he feels obligated. A lot of times someone young like that, he moved into her apartment. He was driving her car at the time, but he's already bought her car. You've already paid her back over and over and over again, Travis. You don't owe this young lady anything else than whatever you have already done for her. But for yourself and if you're not ready to be the man and put your foot down, you don't need to be marrying her, and especially allowing her to handle your assets. You need to know where your money is going. And you're sitting up there on the show with Shador tomorrow. She handles everything. She handles the money. She handles the brand. He was proud. The wedding. Oh, I don't know. I just supposed to pick out the song we're going to dance on. She's doing everything because Shador's like, why are you getting married in Tennessee? You're like, how come I didn't know anything about it? You're getting married already? He was shocked.
And I pray to God this won't happen, but it's really looking like she's the type to break up with him.
She will.
Once he gets that payday, get half his money.
And then she can marry the guy that that's her type. That really is her type.
He's gonna get like $100 million contract and get half of it.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't marry her, but I don't think that he's even man enough at this point to put his foot down when it comes to her.
Where's his dad at?
His dad, he has a dad. His dad even was on Big Chico's show on YouTube.
Something about this.
I don't know the parents how much Travis is doing for them, but the first thing they did was took care of his mother. Well, we're gonna buy his mother a house, take care of her first, keep her quiet. Okay, bought mom a house, But they need, if they love him, they really, really need to sit him down, because I thought that this woman was more of a support, but to find out that she's yelling at him every day, fussing at him every day, and he can't breathe. He's at home. He can't breathe. He can't talk to anyone. How is a 21-year-old going to live up to her rules? It's not going to happen, people. No 21-year-old man is going to live up that he can't talk to a female that's waiting y'all in a restaurant unless they talk to her first.
Yeah, and seeing
No.
seeing them at the field and her with this attitude, imagine how she is off camera with them. Probably going through a lot more than we even know about.
Yeah. And then you got her brother living in the house, so they can't even, she's yelling at him. How are they having any privacy in Travis' house when you have her brother living there? It's hard to put your foot down or get your point across when your brother can hear everything being said.
Yeah.
Her brother is listening to every argument, every conversation in his house. You can't rule your house with another man in there.
Travis Hunter's not pimping, he's simping.
He got to wake up. Nobody's saying leave her. What people are saying is that he needs to put the brakes on getting married in April before he signed that NFL contract.
I doubt that's going to happen.
He could get the money back for the wedding. He could postpone that wedding, but he really, really needs, because she's not leaving him. Travis, she will not leave you. She is not going to leave that bag on the table. You could postpone that wedding for another date. She's not going anywhere. She is not going to leave that bag. I promise you that.
Leave him when she gets married to him.
When she gets married and get that money, yeah. Give her 2 or 3, however long. What is it? 3 years. Whatever that law is, that she could get some of them millions. Then she'll be with the man she wants.
She gonna leave him.
Yeah. Yeah, she want that handsome dude.
But sis, I feel sorry for Travis,
He's a really tell him. You talk to him.
Had,
Because I like for someone like Travis' age to talk, because, as a young man, like you said, what? You feel for Travis?
Yeah, I feel for him. I can see he's not hearing the things he needs to hear from the right people, like his father.
People kissing up to him, maybe.
Does he have a brother?
He's the oldest.
Okay.
His brother is younger.
He needs some man, an uncle. He needs some man that
He got Dion is talking to him.
I don't know about that.
He's talking
He
to
wants
him.
him just to win for his team, it looks like.
He wants him to win in life, Elijah. But it's hard to talk to someone that's not listening. And everything everybody said, he wants to make her happy.
I feel like Dion wouldn't want to offend him, is why I say that.
Yeah, so many people not wanting to offend him.
Exactly.
Too many people not wanting to offend her. Too many people not wanting to tell the truth about what they see that's going on that doesn't look good. Even Shador was shocked. Shador, he's like, you already got a wedding date? You what? He coming Tennessee? Shador like, why Tennessee? What? He couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. Didn't even know it. And none of them are in the wedding. Shiloh, Shador, they didn't say nothing about Dion. These are people been like father and brother to this young man, and they're not even in the wedding. It's like something is off with all of this. Well, anyway, you guys, hopefully Travis, I don't know if you see it, but Travis, people that have loved them, that have been parents, husband, wives that have stolen from them. And when they've gotten divorced or careers are over with and they went to look for their money and it wasn't there.
Yeah.
And these, I'm talking about people, parents and loved ones. You have to keep up with their accountants have stolen people money.
Yeah.
You have to keep up with that's your responsibility, not hers.
Here's a good example. They might not know this, but Remember how shallow got because of the girlfriend he had, how he was with towards his mom? That's why they don't want to offend Travis because he might get in a pissy fit and they're not trying to not be on his good side, you could say. Because people get really emotional when it comes to their relationship.
A lot of people worry about people's feelings, but the worst injustice you can do is not telling them the truth.
Yeah.
Not telling them that just telling them that, people that are older can see it, what's heading his way. He can't see it because he's in love, but he needs someone to be real with him just to make different moves that will, so that he'll land softly, because this relationship is not going to last. It's not going to be for duration, because even her rules and the way that she's talking and her mental state, like they say, and she told me she depressed and she got mental stuff going on. That's too much for him to handle when he's that young and he's into a career like the NFL. He should dump her. He's young, so he's not understanding emotionally what's going on. I hope he wakes up. Yeah, well, he only has up until April, but he needs to take that hit for that wedding, postpone it, because he'll get a bigger hit in life if he don't postpone that wedding. That hit will be a lot larger than any hit that he would take paying for that wedding.
The big question is why Tennessee?
Why Tennessee? Travis, you need to look into Tennessee laws for marriage and prenups. It's a reason right before the draft that she wanted to get married in Tennessee. You didn't pick the state. You didn't pick anything. This is all her. You said it, that you're not doing anything, nothing when it comes to the wedding, nothing. So, but you got to be smarter than this. He's supposed to have a 4.0. He got a 4.0 in college. But you need a 4.0 in common sense. You got to pull down those lovey-dove shades and look at this woman every time she yelling and fussing at you. Is you work too hard for that, Travis, to have that drama. You're working too hard. You're taking care of too many people, including her and her brother, to be having all that drama. And you need to be in the house with just, if you're going to be in the house with just you and her, having her brother in there is hard to be able to rule in your house and have conversations with her when her brother can hear everything that's going on. Okay, it's not going to work. And I hate for you you be one of those she be one of them basketball wives that is always drama, sleeping with other players, in somebody's face, all this undercover stuff going on. You don't want that lifestyle, Travis. You need a good girl. Not saying she's not a good girl. I'm not trying to say that. I mean, you need someone that's not bringing you drama. That's someone that's supportive and that you can breathe. She can't tell that you love her. Everybody else know it, but you need to be able to breathe, and you need to back up off that wedding and listen to Coach Prime. He told you the truth about your prenup. She wants you get that prenup because she's supposed to want you, not your money. She don't want your money, then she shouldn't have a problem signing a prenup to protect your assets. You get your prenup, Travis. Everybody wants you to be happy. Nobody's trying to rain on your parade. Oh, wow. None of his friends, Shador Sweater, aren't in his wedding. Big red flags. Here, none of them are in his weddings. And Shador adores. He said, well, Travis gave up number one player in high school. Number one went to HBCU. He said Travis gave up millions then. He gave us so much to come and play with Coach Prime. He loves that young man. And it hurt him because he like, I know I'm gonna be your best man. He's not even into it. Shallow. When Travis got hurt by Blackburn and he lacerated his liver, Shallow was like, I better not see you. He rules with Travis all their games. Travis and Shallow share the room together. He's super close. He's gonna kick that guy's behind. And Shallow ain't no joke. He a real dude. And yeah, and Shallow is a boxer. Shallow ain't no joke. He was going to get that guy. He said, I better not see him for what he did to Travis. So none of them are in the wedding. You know, that's odd that none of them are in the wedding. And that's because she didn't want them in the wedding. She didn't want them in the wedding. Huh?
Is Shepherd going to be there?
She didn't want them in the wedding. Because it's odd for him, as close as they are, and it hurt Shador. I could see it on his face. He was hurt to find out, first of all, that he was getting married. That he said, "You getting married? What? That soon? You already got a date?" He couldn't believe it. He couldn't believe it. And then to find out, he said he's not even in the wedding. Didn't know it. Like, you can see the hurt on his face. Something is wrong with this whole picture. It's wrong. Those Sander boys and Dion, they're super close with Travis. Super close. And they should not be sitting in the whatever, sitting in the guest, or in, just sitting there and not a part of the wedding. None of his friends. Yeah, and she said Travis is not her type, but his money is. His money made him her type. And she trying to hold on to it. She don't want nobody else around him, no girl in his face. She don't want him looking at nobody else until she is married to him. They said she gonna seem like a stalker too. He's going to have to get security, NFL security, to get rid of this chick. Yeah, whether he marries her or not, I'm not moving out of home, but he may have to. The La Jolla girl did him like that at his mansion, but it's not reality. Funnier. Yeah, but you know what? I don't know, but I know that what's going on now, he needs to protect himself, and that's what I'm saying. Travis, protect yourself. You have that 4.0 in common sense. Nobody's saying not to love her, don't get married, but you don't need to get married to her in April. You need to back that wedding up. Y'all need more time.
Oh, that's cool, Mom.
What?
Marvel got a new movie coming out about Spider-Man.
Yeah, great. So anyway, you guys, it's like I'm on live and you talking about Spider-Man. Travis. Oh, you talking about they got he's gonna play the Kraken? Oh. Well, anyway. Yeah, so I don't know. We're just hoping for the best, but we see the writings on the wall. What she's doing now, she's going to do it when he's in the NFL. And if she just wants him, then she needs to sign a prenup. That's a must. If you want me to marry you, you want me to marry you in Tennessee, he needs to see those laws, even with prenuptials in Tennessee. He needs to know what's good. She did her homework. They're not from Tennessee. That's not their state. And she is black. People think that she's some other ethnicity. I think she's black and Filipino, something like that. But the girl is black. So he needs to, she did her homework. She just didn't say Tennessee out of nowhere for no reason. She's not from Tennessee. None of them are. So he needs to do his homework. He needs to keep up. He needs to tell her, let me see my assets. He needs to look at his accounts, his books. She said, we know each other passwords. And Travis said, I don't know your passwords. And she's like, you lying. No, she knows all of his. He doesn't have all her passwords. But he needs to be more involved in his finances. He needs to be more involved in that wedding to see what's really going on. And it's a disservice to Shador and Shallow that they're not in it. It's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. And he knows he hurt them. He hurt Shador for real. He hurt him. They look at Travis as they younger brother. He's the baby brother. That's Shador's baby brother. And that's how they treat him. And Dion treats him like a son because he's more like Dion actually than his son. He loves everything Dion. He just like Dion. And he loves Travis. They all love Travis. And for them not to even be a part of the wedding, what's the reason for that? Why are they not a part of the wedding? It doesn't make any sense. But anyway, hopefully he'll hear someone outside the family. Like I said, sometimes other people are assigned to people. They can't hear the people closest to them, like their parents, people around them. But sometimes it's somebody that God's assigned to people that they can hear them. And he needs to realize that all this was wrong, for her to do videos coming on talking about rules instead of apologizing to him. He deserved a public apology because that was a public embarrassment. She publicly embarrassed him, so she should have publicly apologized to him for being self-centered and making it about her, and we took the spotlight off of what he accomplished in that game, his last game, a memorable game. Now his memorable game, the only thing he's ever going to be able to think about is how she reacted, at a time that should have been celebrating that moment, not smile for the cameras afterwards. Oh, well, no, you should have been right from the beginning. He didn't deserve that. And don't nobody want to hear those stupid rules that you got because they dumb. And nobody should be living up to any of them except for speaking in private. That's the number one rule, that you talk about things in private and you don't show your behind out in public, because people don't care about you, Leanna. They care about Travis. They're watching Travis. He's the star, Travis Hunter. So anyway, Travis, we wish you the best. We love you. We are praying that you win that Heisman. And it really hurts people to see you going through this. It's funny how close you can feel towards people you never even met before and want the best for them. There's no skin in the game for us. We're not getting any of your money. We're not getting anything from you. So this is honest caring from people. They honestly care. There's no skin in the game for anyone. And when you have older people telling you, because they have life experiences, they see what you can't see. Because you got those rose-colored glasses on that you can't see, because you're not seeing what she's bringing to the table. You don't need that arguing, that fussing, that yelling at you, that disrespect, all these rules. You need to be able to live and breathe. You are a brand. And you need to be on your toes. The people are putting mics up in front of your face all the time. And you don't need her bringing all that drama. You need to put a hold on that wedding. And if you want to be a man, act like a man. When you get married, you're the man of the household. You can't have her controlling and ruling you. If you're not ready to take control of this wedding and your finances, then Travis, you're not ready to get married. You're not ready to get married. And if you're not man enough to tell her that she need to sign a prenup because you need to protect yourself, then you're not ready to get married, because you got to stand like a man. You want to be a man? You want to get married? Be a man. Be a man then, and stand on business. Okay? So I hope that you get to hear it. I know it's at the end, but maybe we'll take a snippet that you need to stand on business and be a man. Be a man. Be a man. And take control of this and have her sign that prenuptial. You want me? Sign this prenuptial, then we get married. You can't sign prenuptial, we're going to back this wedding up. Matter of fact, I think that we need to have counseling. Y'all need counseling. There's no way that you should be marrying this girl without counseling from a real pastor that's going, because some of these pastors, they questionable. But you need a pastor believing the word of God. We're going to stand on the word of God. That's going to tell you the truth and how you're supposed to lead your household, Travis. And 21, millionaire, and what you got going on, you're really too young. You really are. But if you're going to do it and she wants you, you need to change that wedding destination or find out why Tennessee, what's going on with the laws. And you need to be the man of the household, and you need to act like a man. Okay, grow up then. All right. Anyway, you guys, we ready to sign off on this. Usually I don't do it this way, but we usually, I should have had changed this a long time ago, but I don't know why I didn't. I'm still like in a little square. So anyway, thanks for joining us. I usually do my other channel because then we'd be having at least 30, 40,000 people, but I'm probably going to do it on there because this somehow when I'm just trying this new software, it really doesn't go out to all my subscribers and things, but it's okay. So anyway, thanks for joining in, Travis. We love you. We rooting for you to get that Heisman. Don't be mad. People just love you and they're trying to tell you the truth. I wish I could be there to see you get it, because I believe that you are a remarkable, exceptional young man. And you have a lot going on for you, and wish you the best. God bless you. And Travis, you need someone that's going to build you up. You need someone that's going to support you and don't bring you drama. Just remember, you need to be drama free because you're working too hard, and you don't need to then be mentally, emotionally drained as well as physically drained from playing this two. You're playing as two people in one game. Two people in one game. You're doing double duty. So hopefully, you listen to someone that's older than you. People are trying to tell you from experience. So anyway, love you, Travis. Thanks you guys for coming on this stream, and we'll be back to our normal channel stuff. But today we wanted to talk about Travis. God bless you. Take care. Thanks you guys. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We appreciate it.